Yo, what's up, everybody? Sorry. How's everyone doing? Debate night. Let's get this going. Yeah, this is going to be fun. What's up, Detroit? What's up, Eric Smith, Scott Ward, Brian Meehan, Jeffrey Cross Cologne? What's up from Germany? What's up, Jared Frank? Always appreciate having you. Debate day. Walter White is in the house. Let's go. Yeah, I'm on a bit early. We're just going to be going over some of the notes. We're going to be watching some different clips from the past few months of politics. We have Biden's State of the Union we can watch. Got a new Pod Save episode. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm doing a post-debate show, everybody, right after. You guys can all hear me well, right? It's not too quiet or anything?
CNN presidential debate. We want to give our viewers a sense of the rules of the debate so that when they watch it, they can understand how President Biden and President Trump will be engaging with each other. Tomorrow night, just after 9 p.m. Eastern, President Biden will enter from the right side of your screen. President Trump will enter from the left side of your screen.
I can make it a little
The
louder.
podiums are 8 feet apart. Directly across from them, the moderators, CNN's Jake Tapper and Dana Bash. Now, a reminder.
Wait, my bad. I got to restart this video. Let's listen
To the set of the CNN presidential debate. We want to give our viewers a sense of the rules of the debate so that when they watch it, they can understand how President Biden and President Trump will be engaging with each other. Tomorrow night, just after 9 p.m. Eastern, President Biden will enter from the right side of your screen. President Trump will enter from the left side of your screen. The podiums are 8 feet apart. Directly across from them, the moderators, CNN's Jake Tapper and Dana Bash. Now, a reminder, this is a television studio. There's no audience. Candidates will have 2 minutes to answer questions and 1 minute for responses and rebuttals. At the moderator's discretion, there may be an additional minute for follow-ups, clarifications, or responses. So how does a candidate know how much time is left to speak? Attached to the cameras in the studio and in the candidate's field of view are the timing lights. When the lights show yellow, there are 15 seconds left in a candidate's answer or response. When the lights flash red, there are 5 seconds left. And when the display is solid red, the time is up. At that point, the candidate's microphone will be turned off, and the other candidate will have their microphone turned on. My colleague, Victor Blackwell, has more on that.
Thank you, Phil. If we go behind the podiums, you can see 2 green lights. When they're on, they signal to the candidate his microphone is on. When the green lights are off, they signal to the candidate his microphone is off. Now I want to give you a sense of what it will look like for viewers at home if a candidate whose microphone is off interrupts a candidate whose microphone is on. So I'm standing at one podium, and I'll ask Phil to come in and take the other podium. And so let's say I'm answering a question. My light is green, and I'm speaking. Phil's microphone is off, and his green lights are not illuminated. He's going to interrupt me as I'm speaking, and this is what it will sound like. My volume remains constant, while Phil's interruption can be difficult to understand.
Okay, so they're showing.
Let's try the opposite. My microphone is now on. Victor's microphone is off, and he's going to interrupt me. My volume remains constant, while Victor's interruption can be difficult to understand. CNN's production team has shared this demonstration with the campaigns earlier today, and we're sharing it with you, our viewers, so everyone fully understands how tomorrow night will work. Now, we should note, by agreeing to participate in this debate, both campaigns and candidates have also agreed to abide by these rules. The CNN presidential debate airs live tomorrow night at 9 p.m.
Interesting. Here we go, everybody. One second. How long until the debate? 3.5 hours. The debate starts in 3.5 hours. Is my mic still really low? Let me up this. 1 second. Okay, this should be better. My mic should be loud now. Sorry, I was tampering with my settings earlier. But yeah, we have some interesting stuff to go over. I was just watching a video. Biden just landed in Atlanta. Let's see if we can find that video. Yeah, right here. Oh, this is him departing. He just landed, though. Oh, wait, is the debate at 7 p.m. EST? I thought it was 9 p.m. EST. We looked this up last night, but I thought it was 9. Yeah, 9 p.m. ET. And then I always have to convert this. I shouldn't have to, but okay, 8 p.m. Boom. Let's do this. What is up, everybody? What's the best channel to watch the debate? Someone asked. I'm pretty sure you can, yeah, 9 is what I thought. No, you're good, Steve. I'm pretty sure you can watch it on, I was going to watch it on HBO Max. It's going to be on CNN, ABC, Fox News. I'm pretty sure MSNBC has access. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of ways to watch it, for sure. I'm excited for this. This is going to be awesome. We can watch a little bit of the debate from last night. There's so much stuff that we can watch. First, I want to go over some of the right-wing cope that we're seeing. But also, I kind of want to watch this video with you guys. I thought that would be interesting. I've been itching to watch this video with y'all. Yeah, C-SPAN. You can watch it on C-SPAN. Give me a second here. Yeah, we can watch the Pillow Guy debate too. There's a lot of fun stuff that we can watch. But first, let's go over some of this right-wing cope. So, Laura Loomer posted on Twitter a bit ago, @Joe Biden just refused to take a drug test ahead of the presidential debate tonight. President Trump agreed to take a drug test, but Biden is now refusing. This is essentially confirmation that Joe Biden is going to have drugs injected to him ahead of the debate. And I talked about this in my video earlier, but this is not how it works at all. Right now, the burden of proof is on Republicans like Laura Loomer to show us that President Biden is on drugs. You can't just say guilty until proven innocent. I said this in my video, but it's like asking Trump to take an STD test, and when Trump's like, no, I'm not going to take an STD test, you're like, that is essentially confirmation that Donald Trump has STDs. That's not how it works. The burden of proof is on these people. Yeah, this person is crazy. Let's see what Charlie Kirk is tweeting today. Let me pull up his Twitter on this other screen. I want to go over some of the right-wing meltdowns. He's got to have posted something, right? Let's see. Oh, wait, what the hell? What's up with Charlie Kirk's Twitter? Why can't I find any of his tweets? Okay, no, he did tweet today. He tweeted out some polls. No, I'm not allowed to stream the actual debate. I don't even know why, I don't know how David Pakman is doing it. He must be risking a lot, but I'm glad that someone is out there doing it. What's up, Angelic Queen? How is everybody doing tonight? Everybody tell me how you're feeling in chat. Are you excited? Are you nervous? I'm really curious. I want to hear from you guys. I've gone between being slightly excited and slightly nervous all day. Honestly, the nerves haven't been too bad, but it's more of just like kind of high stakes debate, right? Hell yeah, Storm. Glad you like the shirt. First Lady Joe Biden just arrived at Atlanta about 2 hours ago. This is gonna be wild. You just hope it goes well. You're excited and nervous at the same time. What's up, honey girl? Political theater for sure. Yeah, it does feel a little bit like theater, but I mean, debates have been the precedent for a while. The anticipation is driving you crazy. What's up, Shaggy on a baggie? Donald Trump, have you thanked your probation officer? You're excited and nervous. Yeah, it's kind of like, I'm excited. It's kind of easy to go between the two. Slightly nervous, slightly excited. Let's see what's going on Twitter. Let's watch some, let's see what's going on in Congress right now. Oh, Matthew McConaughey's? Oh, wait. Sorry, I need to log into my Twitter because it's like...
and lie and try to pervert.
There we go. This is better. Let's see what's going on in Congress right now. There's some stuff going on. Eric Swalwell.
Smoking gun about all of the Biden corruption. He's not available because he has been indicted for being an agent of the Russian government. There was Mr. Gall Luft. I'm sorry, he also can't be here today to help you because he was indicted for being a Chinese agent. Then my favorite, and you could say this is when you jumped the shark, is when you had Jason Galanis testify from prison. You zoomed a guy in from prison to try and support your investigation. Guys, in baseball, you get 3 outs and the inning's over. In football, you get 4 downs and then it's over. You're out of outs. You're out of downs. And as far as we're concerned, President Biden has been acquitted, and it's game over. And I yield back to Ms. Longfield.
Eric Swalwell has been snapping lately. He's been cooking lately. President Biden greets supporters in Atlanta. Wow. I watched a video of him earlier getting off the plane. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but he looked like he's in pretty great shape today. Oh, Donald Trump just arrived in Atlanta. Let's go, baby. This is going to be wild. Let me see if I can find this. Biden arrives in Atlanta. I was just watching this earlier.
Now, if you're just now joining us, we're taking a live look at Dobbins Air Reserve Base over in Cobb County.
Open my
as
energy
President
drink.
Joe Biden has touched down.
Oh,
here
yeah, Biden
in
is
Atlanta.
incredibly
we can see
prepared.
a number of folks, workers, exiting that plane now as we speak. President Biden, about 10 to 15 minutes early. We didn't expect that plane to touch down until about 3:20, 3:25 or so, but you can see a number of folks getting ready to welcome the president into the Atlanta metro area. And again, we are expecting former President Donald Trump, I should say, to touch down several hours from now. He's expected to touch down at Hartsfield-Jackson.
And I believe he just touched down. I think we just saw that.
Today. That's according to his team.
All right, awesome. Let's go back over to Twitter because there was some stuff going on in Congress. Oh, God. Marjorie Taylor Greene is speaking right now. I'm sorry I have to play this for you guys.
From the American people, because Congress is an absolute failure to the American people.
She always says.
It's no wonder that Congress has a 13% approval rating from the American people, because Congress is.
This shouldn't even have to be said, but Congress has a 13% approval rating because of people like you, Marjorie Taylor Greene. People like you that engage in political theater rather than actually passing legislation that your constituents want you to pass. Like, why does Marjorie Taylor Greene get to speak so much more than the other 434 members of the House or whatever? Like, why does Marjorie Taylor Greene get such a disproportionate amount of time to speak?
This is just too expensive. This is just too expensive. We want to rethink this policy. Is there ever a time that you're going to say that it's too expensive?
If you think this is expensive, wait till you find out how much oil and gas subsidies you've been
What is he
supporting.
doing right now?
Also, wait till you find out the economic impact that some economists have put at $15 million every
Why is
hour
Buttigieg
or every
testifying?
day. Trillions of dollars every year from
Oversight of
allowing
his
the
department
environmental
in his
conditions
2025
in
budget
this
request. Okay.
country and the planet to worsen.
Is there a time that you will say,
What's up, Jesse
you know what,
Pinkman?
this is just too expensive. This is just too expensive. We want to rethink this policy. Is there ever a time that you're going to say that it's too expensive?
If you think this is expensive, wait till you find out
No
how
worries,
much
Mida
oil
Cheryl. I just
and gas subsidies you've
my
been
other mom might
supporting.
be here soon too.
Also, wait till you find out the
They were also grilling one of the co-creators of Project 2025. No, yeah, you guys are good. I know Ben Mycelis and Michael Cohen were just live, so if you guys are coming in from there, then hell yeah. I was watching some of that too.
That you will say,
oh my God, this tweet has 17,000 likes. Okay, I need to actually listen to what's being said.
Is there a
here.
time that you will say, you know what, this is just too expensive. This is just too expensive. We want to rethink this policy. Is there ever a time that you're going to say that it's too expensive?
If you think this is expensive, wait till you find out how much oil and gas subsidies you've been supporting. Also, wait till you find out the economic impact that some economists have put at $15 million every hour or every day. Trillions of dollars every year from allowing the environmental conditions in this country and the planet to worsen.
That was pretty fire. I'm going to retweet that. Still Alive asked, who do you think Trump's pick will be for VP? My money is on Tim Scott. Tim Scott's definitely a good, not good choice. Tim Scott's a good guess. I truly think it's going to be between Marco Rubio, J.D. Vance, and Doug Burgum. Maybe Tim Scott. But let's find this article. Trump donors take poll, Marco Rubio. I read this article like a week or two ago. Let me see if I can find this. Trump donors warm to Rubio. Was this it? Let me see. This was not the article I read. Yeah, Tim Scott is a joke. J.D. Vance would make sense. I mean, honestly, Tim Scott might make sense if Donald Trump is trying to appeal to certain demographics that he's weak with. That was also the reasoning behind Kristi Noem, of course. Marco Rubio has emerged as a favorite of donors to become Donald Trump's running mate as the former president looks for candidates who can widen his appeal and help fund his White House campaign and avoid legal bills. The Florida senator was swarmed by donors at a Republican event at Mar-a-Lago last week, which Trump tried to gauge his audience's reaction to a list of potential running mates, said people who attended. So this is, I think, the article I read. Marco, by far, was the one who had the most attention, said a Republican strategist who attended the fundraiser. Rubio was mobbed from start to finish. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if this is the exact article, but Trump gave out some sort of like straw poll, some sort of poll to all of the donors that were there, and Marco Rubio sweeped. He won the poll handily. I think number 2 was Doug Burgum, I believe, or maybe J.D. Vance was number 2. Nikki Haley would be smart, and that's why Trump's not going to do it. Yeah. They're all awful choices, of course. Yeah, Nikki Haley, honestly, I think... 1 second. Nikki Haley, honestly, I think... Okay, from the perspective of trying to appeal to demographics that you're weak with, I think Nikki Haley would be great. I think Nikki Haley is great with foreign policy. Someone said it's going to be MTG in chat. I don't think it's going to be MTG, Brian. I just don't see Trump picking an even crazier person than him. Biden needs... So Space Karen said Biden needs to do a Mountain Dew commercial. It would make the right melt. Scene. Biden in the White House looks around and then cracks a Mountain Dew, drinks it, and then puts aviators on and walks to his podium. Yeah, they would also probably find a way to trash on him for doing ads, but that would be funny. You guys know Marco Rubio, like, and Donald Trump sparred a lot in the 2016 debate. Let's see if we can find this. I know the last thing you guys want to listen to is more Donald Trump, but these are actually some good clips. Marco Rubio is
Well, you're the only person on the stage that's ever been fined for hiring people to work on your projects illegally. You hired some workers from Poland.
I'm the only one on the stage that's hired people. You haven't hired anybody.
Well, in fact, some of the people he hired. Well, but hold on.
I've hired. And by the way, I've hired tens of thousands of people over my job. You've hired
1,000 people
You've
from
had
another
nothing
company,
but problems
from another
with your
country.
credit cards, etc.
Let me say. Let me finish the statement. This is important.
You haven't hired one person
He
in
hired
your life.
workers from Poland, and he had to pay $1 million or so in a judgment.
That's wrong.
That's a fact.
Totally wrong.
Well, people can look it up. I'm sure people are Googling it right now. Look it up. Trump Polish workers. You'll see $1 million for hiring illegal workers on one of his projects. Yeah, he did.
See, he kind of cooked him right there. He kind of cooked him right there.
I've hired tens of thousands of people over my lifetime. Tens of thousands.
Many from other countries instead of hiring Americans.
Be quiet. Let me talk. I've hired tens of thousands of people. He brings up something from 30 years ago. It worked out very well. Everybody was happy.
Paid $1 million.
And by the way, the laws were totally different. Right. That was a whole different world.
Thank you.
But I've hired people. Nobody up here has hired
Senator Cruz.
If he builds the wall the way he built Trump Towers, he'll be using illegal immigrant labor to do it. The second...
Yeah, Donald Trump has this habit in debates, which is kind of why I'm excited that the mics are muted, where he leans into the mic and he goes, wrong, that's wrong. It's just really obnoxious. In case you guys missed it, let's watch this video one more time.
Welcome to the set of the CNN presidential debate. We want to give our viewers a sense of the rules of the debate so that when they watch it, they can understand how President Biden and President Trump will be engaging with each other. Tomorrow night, just after 9 p.m. Eastern, President Biden will enter from the right side of your screen. President Trump will enter from the left side of your screen. The podiums are 8 feet apart. Directly across from them, the moderators, CNN's Jake Tapper and Dana Bash. Now, a reminder, this is a television studio. There's no audience. Candidates will have 2 minutes to answer questions and 1 minute for responses and rebuttals. Okay. At the moderator's discretion, there may be an additional minute for follow-ups, clarifications, or responses. So how does a candidate know how much time is left to speak? Attached to the cameras in the studio and in the candidate's field of view are the timing lights. When the lights show yellow, there are 15 seconds left in a candidate's answer or response. When the lights flash red, there are 5 seconds left. And when the display is solid red, the time is up. At that point, the candidate's microphone will be turned off, and the other candidate will have their microphone turned on. My colleague, Victor Blackwell, has more on that.
Thank you, Phil. If we go behind the podiums, you can see 2 green lights. When they're on, they signal to the candidate his microphone is on. When the green lights are off, they signal to the candidate his microphone is off. Now I want to give you a sense of what it will look like for viewers at home if a candidate whose microphone is...
Eva Adams said, not just the USA, but the world is invested in this as it matters to the future of democracy. The difference is that Biden is smart, decent, and informed. Thanks, Adam. Great reporting. Thank you, Eva Adams. I appreciate that a lot. And yeah, honestly, the stakes of this on like the world stage are wild, even beyond the domestic stuff. If we put aside the threat to democracy in the US, if Donald Trump gets reelected, he will weaken our alliances across the globe. All of these NATO allies that we've spent decades building up. Right now, NATO is stronger than it's been in decades because of Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine. Finland just joined NATO. Sweden just joined NATO. Our alliance is becoming stronger and stronger with President Biden at the helm, and we all know Donald Trump would gladly weaken that alliance with other NATO countries. He would also embolden the authoritarian urges of people like Xi Jinping, people like Vladimir Putin. Imagine if Donald Trump just gives up on Ukraine, he just cedes Ukrainian land. Xi Jinping will then look at Taiwan and be like, oh, if America doesn't care, I can just invade my next door neighbor. Who cares? Yeah, we can watch some stuff on that later.
Interrupts a candidate whose microphone is on. So I'm standing at one podium, and I'll ask Phil to come in and take the other podium. And so let's say I'm answering a question. My light is green, and I'm speaking. Phil's microphone is off, and his green lights are not illuminated. He's going to interrupt me as I'm speaking, and this is what it will sound like. My volume remains constant, while Phil's interruption can be difficult to understand.
Let me start a timer. I'm gonna make you guys nervous. We're 3 hours and 14 minutes out, everyone. 3 hours and 14 minutes out from the debate. We have our notes that we made last night. We can, what's up, William Ricketts? We can go over these notes, but we've gone over them pretty thoroughly. I made a video on them earlier. There's no reason to be nervous for Biden. He's well prepped. He looks like he's doing well today. He's in a good headspace. And look it, if this Biden shows up, oh my God, Trump is done for. If we just compare this Biden.
Good evening.
He's so on point right here.
Good evening. If I were smart, I'd go home now.
Oh my God. Last night, so I went live last night on Instagram after my live stream here, and one of my friends from high school who's a big Trump supporter was commenting in the chat. He was like, do you really expect Biden to be able to put together a sentence? And I was like, homie, you're setting the bar so low for Biden. I always use this line, but you're setting the bar so low for Biden that he just has to walk over it once he gets on stage. The idea that Biden won't be able to string together a sentence, number one, I don't know where you got that from. Number two, when you're setting the expectations that low, you're only setting yourself up for disappointment. So I was a little harsh with him. I was like, yeah, you're literally delusional. Biden's definitely gonna be able to put together a sentence.
Mr. Speaker, Madam Vice President, members of Congress, my fellow Americans, in January 1941.
Scott Ward said, the fewer credible sources of information you trust, the more you will lean into authoritarianism. Republicans only trust one information source. Yeah, it reminds me of this Trump supporter I debated a little bit ago. I asked her, like, where do you get your news from? And she genuinely says, Newsmax, Newsmax 2, OAN. She just gives the worst answers possible. Let me see if I can find this. But yeah, we've got a lot of fun stuff that we can go over. There's a lot of really interesting stuff that I think we can cover. Tell me what issues are at the top of your mind heading into this election. He says he's going to get...
Well, guess what? The electorates are tired of him.
Lindell, who I don't... Do you see them as credible?
Forefathers did. You know how many of our forefathers off a China airplane? I hire people, and they would tell me how great they were and why they would be so great for the job. I learned really quickly. I had to wait and see. I mean, they had the paperwork, but were they really good? This election is a little bit different.
Really? This lady was insufferable.
And that people listen, because we don't want confrontation. Yeah. We are in a state right now where we need confrontation.
I'll find it in a little bit, but this lady, I asked her, after the debate, I'm going to do a live stream right after. Right now, we're just chatting. Yeah, she says Newsmax, Newsmax 2, OAN, and Tucker Carlson. I was like, really? Those are all of your news sources? Let's go over some more MAGA cope on Twitter. There has to be some fun stuff out there. Let's see what's going on in the world of MAGA Twitter.
This is going to be blood sport tonight, and that's what people are
Oh,
watching.
here's Trump's spokesperson, Caroline Leavitt.
This is going to be blood sport tonight, and that's what people are watching. They think, and by the way, I like our odds because, you know, Donald Trump at a NASCAR race is obviously going to smash into the wall several times. He's as erratic as he is. We're going to hear about sharks. We're going to hear about electric cars.
Oh my God, this is on Fox News. They're talking about his ranting on Fox News.
Like
Listen to
odds
this.
Because, you know, Donald Trump at a NASCAR race is obviously going to smash into the wall.
Yeah, he is. He's going to smash into the wall. Donald Trump would light the engine on fire before he even was able to, like, start driving. Like, he would try to twist the key in the ignition and just light it on fire. That's how it works.
He's as erratic as he is. We're going to hear about sharks. We're going to hear about electric cars. We're going to hear about all kinds of stuff that's not relevant to what people.
If Trump does the
really
Hannibal
wanna hear
Lecter
about.
thing
We're not
tonight,
gonna
oh
hear
my
about
God.
issues tonight. We're going to hear blather, 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 blather.
Well, I certainly hope you're wrong, and I think most American people hope you're wrong too. I hope the questions are sharp and pointed. I hope they don't let people off the hook on both sides, and I hope that we get some clarity as to what either of these individuals would want to bring to the future of this country. If we don't get anything like that, that's a failure all around. So I certainly hope that we do. Dick Harpootlian, thank you very much.
You'll get it.
Yeah.
You'll get it from President Biden. You will get it from President Biden.
We will see. That's why we watch, and that's why we cover it fairly on both sides. Thank you very much. So joining me now is Caroline Leavitt, National Press Secretary for the 2024 Trump campaign.
Okay, so apparently she gets
Caroline,
mad right here. She gets mad at what that guy just said.
Right off of that, do you expect to see car wrecks and lots of talk about sharks?
Absolutely not. And what we just heard from your former guest is exactly what we've been hearing for the Biden campaign and the Biden White House for the last 3.5 years, refusing to take responsibility for their policies that have created unmitigated chaos, death, and destruction across this country. And to hear that man.
Wait, what did she just say? Hold up.
Their policies that have created unmitigated chaos, death, and destruction across.
What death and destruction is she talking about? Because if you ask people, are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? 4 years ago, we have this in this document, but the economy was on the verge of crashing. Thousands of American citizens were dying a day. Weren't we up to like 2 9/11s a day at one point, maybe even 3? So if you want to talk about death and destruction, what planet is she on?
Refer to
Thank
the
you,
deaths
Mona.
of American citizens at the hands of illegal immigrants as a bumper sticker slogan is honestly infuriating. Tell that to the family of Laken Riley in the morning.
There's the Laken Riley name drop. Obviously, Laken Riley's death was an absolute tragedy. Nobody's going to deny that or defend that. But the way that they're politicizing it, number one, is disgusting. Number two, she's acting like people are being killed en masse by immigrants. And yeah, a young 21-year-old dying is terrible. I think Laken Riley was 21. But this idea that, like, the way she phrases this makes it seem like immigrants are just killing people en masse. She's like, this death and destruction because of illegal immigration.
The Biden White House for the last 3.5 years, refusing to take responsibility for their policies that have created unmitigated chaos, death, and destruction across this country. And to hear that man refer to the deaths of American citizens at the hands of illegal immigrants as a bumper sticker slogan is honestly infuriating. Tell that to the family of Laken Riley and her mourning mother, who President Trump embraced at his rally in Georgia. Tell that.
It's so political. Like, you really think Donald Trump cares? Even Republicans admitted that Donald Trump nuked the border bill. Can someone drop me the name of, I'm blanking on it, but can someone drop me the name of the dude that drafted the border bill? I think he was from Ohio, I'd like to say. I'm blanking on the name right now, but if you can drop me the name of the dude who wrote the border bill and then came out after the Republicans saying essentially Donald Trump nuked it. Have you ever been jacked up on Mountain Dew before? I didn't know it has such powers. Yeah. Is that what they've been saying? Have they been saying stuff? Langford. Yeah, you guys are right. Langford, thank you. I was blanking on the name. Langford on border bill. Oh, is it Oklahoma? Okay, my bad. Where was he made a statement? He called it partisan. I know he made some statement saying, like, James Langford, Republican, will vote against his own border bill. There was some article out here that was saying that Langford was pretty pissed off that it was but then yeah, he voted against it. Yeah, they didn't read it. What is this new Mountain Dew thing? Have I missed this? Sorry, I've been like doing research and kind of like editing all day, so I might have missed some stuff. You guys still don't think that Trump's gonna show up? Trump is in Atlanta right now, guys. He's definitely showing up. No, Laken Riley was recently. What's up, Indiana? Who said? What's up, Nathan Archer? I lived in Indiana for my first 20 years. Let's find some articles and read them. How the Trump-Biden debate could change the trajectory of the 2024 campaign by AP News. Let's read this. Let's set the stakes. Let's also check this countdown timer out. Okay. 3 hours and 5 minutes. Not trying to make you guys sweat, but really quickly. Earpieces and Mountain Dew. Republicans are desperate to discredit Biden before debates. What is this Mountain Dew thing about? Oh, does it come from this clip? They're gonna. Oh my God! This guy said they're gonna jack him up a Mountain Dew. I missed this. I missed this clip.
Says Biden will have been at Camp David for a full week before the debate, and that they're probably experimenting with getting doses right, giving him medicine ahead of the debate.
Come on, they're experimenting with doses at Camp David. That's what you think they're doing? Apparently, they set up an airplane hangar and they're doing mock debate preps. But you think they're doing like scientific experiments over at Camp David?
I think
Jesus.
That, any patient that truly, or elderly individual or someone that has dementia.
Someone that has elderly individual. They're both elderly. What's this?
They can find some moments of clarity, right? They can find moments throughout the day that they have energy.
Thank you, Ricky Rocket.
I think that Trump's team should not underestimate Joe Biden and his team's ability to whether they're going to jack him up on Mountain Dew or whatever it is. That look, the State of the Union this year, he had a lot of energy for about an hour or an hour and a half.
Oh my God, they're gonna overdose Biden on Mountain Dew. Holy crap! Yeah, I think he was just jacked up on Mountain Dew before the State of the Union. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they're desperate. Okay, we just had an article that we were gonna read. Okay, how the Biden-Trump campaign could shape this race. Oh, I thought Trump did land. He's giving a speech right now? Oh, President Biden landed. No, it says Donald Trump landed in Atlanta. They've each arrived in Atlanta for this evening's CNN debate. Many predicted this would unravel before it was first announced. No, they're both there. They're both there. They're both showing up. It's happening. Biden, the Democratic incumbent, gets the chance to reassure voters that at 81, he's capable of guiding the U.S. through a range of challenges. The 78-year-old Trump, meanwhile, could use the moment to try to move past his felony conviction in New York and convince an audience of tens of millions that he's temperamentally suited. Is that what it says? Temperamentally suited to return to the Oval Office. Biden and Trump enter the night facing fierce headwinds, including a public weary of the tumult of partisan politics. Both candidates are disliked by the majorities of Americans, according to polling, and offer sharply different visions on virtually every core issue. Trump has promised sweeping plans to reshape the U.S. government or remake the U.S. government if he returns to the White House, and Biden argues that his opponent would pose an existential threat to the nation's democracy, which is absolutely true. With just over 4 months until Election Day, their performances have the rare potential to alter the trajectory of the race. Every word and gesture will be parsed, not just for what both men say, but how they interact with each other and how they hold up under pressure. Quote, debates tend not to change voters' perception in ways that change their vote. They ordinarily reinforce, not persuade, said Kathleen Hall Jamieson, the director of Annenberg Public Policy Center at the University of Pennsylvania, and an expert on communications. What makes this debate different is that you have, in essence, two incumbents about whom voters have very well-formed views, but that doesn't mean that those perceptions are right or match what they will see on stage. So as you guys all know, this is Biden's chance to tell voters, to show voters that he is up for the job. He is up for a second term. Also, this is the first time that a former president will have debated a sitting president. Biden on Thursday afternoon greeted several dozen supporters. Sorry, one second. I keep leaking my text even though there's nothing. Biden on Thursday afternoon greeted several dozen supporters outside of his hotel in Atlanta, where he was spending the several hours before the debate. Arriving in the city from Camp David, Trump landed in Atlanta later Thursday, about 3.5 hours before the 9 p.m. debate start. Trump and Biden haven't been on the same stage or even spoken since their last debate weeks before the 2020 presidential election. Trump skipped Biden's inauguration after leading an unprecedented and unsuccessful effort to overturn his loss to Biden that culminated in the January 6th Capitol insurrection. Wow. Yeah, that dude is incredibly wrong about dementia, the guy we were just listening to. Also, thank you everyone for being here. I hope you guys are all ready for the debate. I hope you're excited. Don't be too nervous. We're going to get through this. President Biden is going to kill it. Right now, we have a little bit over 1,000 concurrent viewers. I keep skipping ads, so hopefully you guys don't get too many ads. But yeah, everybody make sure you have a glass of wine or a joint or whatever your vice of choice is tonight, because it's going to get intense. What are you guys sipping on tonight? Are you sipping on beer, wine? Are you guys going to smoke a joint? Do I have any people in here that are lighting up for the debate tonight? Just wondering. Aiming to avoid a repeat of their chaotic 2020 matchups, Biden insisted and Trump agreed to hold the debate without an audience. Water, hell yeah, MeidasTouch. Both. Mountain Dew, apparently. Yeah, let's all get hyped up on Mountain Dew. Now I get your joke earlier that you were making about Mountain Dew. Smoking, THC, a doobie, jazz cabbage, rum and cola. Cheers. Cheers, homie. Water, beer and buds. Hell yeah. You're not waiting for later. You're starting now? Let's go. Wine and an edible. Absolutely respectable. No drink. Big fatties, though. Absolutely respectable. You guys are such liberals. I have such liberals in my audience. You guys are so degenerate. I'm just kidding. No, trust me. If I wasn't working, I would definitely enjoy myself tonight. But we got some work to do. I'm going to be covering it all night when I can. I'm going to make a video right after. I'm going to go live immediately after. You're doing the dishes tonight. That doesn't sound fun. It's so loud. What's up, Joseph Mama? You know, yeah, I'm not a big fan of Mountain Dew. I used to play video games when I was younger, but not anymore. Now, actually, I shouldn't be speaking, though, because I'm drinking an energy drink. Kombucha. Oh, you guys are all going to be stoned as hell watching Biden walk on stage. It's hard to watch people, like, I feel like when you watch political stuff and you're high, it's a lot harder, no? It gets like, you start to cringe at everything, no? Okay, let's keep going now. Heading out of the debate, both Biden and Trump will travel to states they hope to swing their way this fall. Trump is heading to Virginia, a one-time battleground state that has shifted toward Democrat in recent years. Biden is off to North Carolina. I also thought, isn't Biden doing an Arizona blitz for a week? You can't watch Trump sober. President Joe Biden's campaign preps debate week blitz in Arizona. Okay, I thought I read something about this. We're just going over all the facts, everyone. If you're just joining, you might have some coffee before the debate. It's not harder. Grab a Mountain Dew. I'm jealous of you guys. I wish I could have a drink or something. President Biden's re-election campaign is ramping up activity in Arizona around Thursday's presidential debate, saying it will hold more than 100 campaign events in the crucial battleground state the president won by a narrow margin in 2020. The contentious rate for you guys are all going to be high tonight? Oh my God. The contentious race, a big bowl of cereal? Hell yeah. Respect to everyone going sober tonight, too. I don't want you to feel left out. I'm going completely sober tonight. I don't really drink much anyways, but joint, aka Shamrock. Hell yeah. So let's keep going. The contentious race for White House between Biden and former President Donald Trump will enter a new phase this week when the pair face off in the debate stage. On the debate stage for the first time in 4 years. Biden and Trump, sorry, one second. Let me see. Trump and Biden are separated by single digits in Arizona, polls show. We have such fundamental freedoms that are being attacked in our country. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up, Terry? Sober for 3.5 years. Congrats, man. That is great. That is so great. Keep that going. Pot is legal here, but I prefer to keep my brain cells. Yeah, I remember last debate. I don't want to out myself because I was like 17 or 18 during the last debate, but I remember I did have like a White Claw before the debate, a seltzer, and it took the edge off when Biden walked on stage. It's normal for 18-year-olds to drink though, so Don't get mad, chat. When we have such fundamental freedoms that are being attacked in our country, this is a moment where none of us can sit this out, said Kamala Harris. The Biden campaign will host debate watch parties, phone banks, volunteer trainings, canvases, and other events as a part of a week of action surrounding the debate. That's really, really good. Capitalize on all of the buzz after the debate. That is a really good idea. No, I'm 21. I'm 21. I was just talking about last debate. Last debate 4 years ago. Yeah. Let's see what people are saying about this presidential debate. This is going to be wild, y'all. Any predictions for tonight? Any predictions for the debate? Yo, they're setting up. This is gonna get wild. No, I'm 21. I'm not joking. JD Vance is the front runner, you guys are saying, for the pick. I could agree with that. I think JD Vance is probably on his short list. Absolutely. He said he picked a VP in his mind, right? Trump said he decided on a VP in his head only. Let's go back to, we were actually watching some fun stuff on Twitter. Let's see what's going on here.
I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm saying for a fact, so you support the idea that Donald Trump could come in, hypothetically, if he wins the election, fire 50,000 civil employees, and replace them with people who support his ideology.
I support the Schedule F idea, yes.
And that means that if he wants to take civil servants from the Justice Department, State Department, and from the Department of Homeland Security, and he says they aren't sufficiently for MAGA, I want to fire these folks, 50,000 of them, and replace them with people more aligned with MAGA, he would have the ability to do that. Currently, there are only 4,000 political appointees. You want him to have the authority, if he wins the election, to have 50,000 people replaced, correct?
It's a lesser civil service regime. It's not the same as political appointees, but political policy responsiveness is appropriate when it comes to any employee who touches on public policy, which Schedule F class would.
I'm directionally correct. I mean, I think American people should decide whether they want that or not. You're basically saying he should have the ability to fire up to 50,000 people if they're not doing what his ideology is, and replace them with people more consistent with his ideology, and reclassify these folks as Schedule F, correct?
100%.
We can read through Project 2025 a bit if you guys want. I've been wanting to do that for a while. Are you going to be jacked up on energy drinks to keep up with Biden tonight? By the way, you do the best MAGA interviews. Thank you. Also, congrats on your 3rd super chat. Yeah, I'm going to be jacked up on Mountain Dew. You know how it is. We can read through some Project 2025 stuff if you guys want. If you guys want to get a little education on that, because I need to do it. I have a document laid out for Project 2025, but I erased it all so we can just start from scratch and learn about it. First, let's read the summary article. So, wealthy right-wing think tank, the Heritage Foundation, has published a detailed plan for the next Republican president to use the executive branch of the federal government to attack the rights of women, LGBTQ people, and the BIPOC community by eliminating the agencies and offices responsible for enforcing civil rights laws and placing trained right-wing ideologues in staff positions throughout the federal government. Called the 2025 Presidential Transition Project, or Project 2025 for short, there's 4 pillars, an 887-page policy agenda, which I have pulled up right here. I think we should go through this. It's 887 pages, or actually no, it's 920 pages, but I guess there's only writing on 887. And I think what we should do is go through, I'm just going to type this out really, go through Project 2025, write down the most important sections, summarize, and source them. Because, like, it's interesting because it's really easy to read an article about Project 2025 and think that you have the full picture, which I'm sure these articles are doing a good job, but it's way better to actually read through the document, read through the actual source, the raw source, right? And I think they made it 920 pages because they want to deter people from reading the full thing, but not us. We're not getting deterred. It might take a few live streams, but if we can go through this, the debate is, I have a countdown timer somewhere over here. The debate is in multiple hours. It's in 2 hours, 50 minutes, everyone. The debate is in 2 hours and 50 minutes. But back to Project 2025, if we can read through like the majority of this and take notes on it, we will have a way better understanding than a lot of the people talking about it. And because that's my fear. Like, if we're getting all these summaries of it, and I trust the summaries, but there's nothing better than the actual source itself, which is really interesting. I was reading some of this earlier, and it's just wild the way that they speak about this stuff. Let me see if I can find, let's start this. There's a lot of intro stuff, but like, the political axiom that personnel is policy was popularized under President Ronald Reagan during the 1981 presidential transition. One of the most important offices in the White House is the PPO, which was created under President Richard Nixon to centralize political appointments. Departments and agencies have had and still have direct legal authority on hiring and firing, but the power to fill Schedule C positions, the core of political jobs, is vested with the president. PPO's responsibility is to staff the executive branch, and here's what they want to do. Frequently, many medium-tier and top-tier jobs have been filled by policy experts tasked with accomplishing much of the work of the administration. At the same time, appointees in the entry-level jobs have brought invaluable energy and commitment to the White House. So the Office of Presidential Personnel is responsible for identifying potential political personnel, vetting potential, let me see, through recruitment and passively by fielding resumes and adjudicating requests from political actors, vetting potential political personnel by conducting political background checks, making recommendations to the president and other appointments on behalf of the president, identifying political workforce needs early and developing plans, for example, Schedule F, which we need to research on, because I know there's a lot of stuff about Schedule F in this. That's actually one of the biggest pieces. So I think we should actually dig into that. We should do some really deep research on that. There was a really interesting piece that I was reading earlier. Let me see if I can find this. I skipped down to it and I was like, this is some wacky, wacky stuff. Okay, this is it right here. So Project 2025. This is page 75 of it, and it gets really, really wild here. So in its opening words, Article 2, I keep skipping ads for you guys because I don't want too many ads to be popping up while we're chatting. But if there are ads popping up, I'm sorry. But okay, really quickly. In its opening words, Article 2 of the U.S. Constitution makes it abundantly clear that, quote, the executive power shall be vested in the President of the United States of America. That enormous power is not vested in departments or agencies, in staff or administrative bodies, in non-governmental organizations or other equities and interests close to the government. The President must set and enforce a plan for the executive branch. So already it seems like they're laying the groundwork to consolidate power within the executive branch, and they're justifying it using the Constitution, saying the executive power shall be vested in the President of the United States. But what they're missing is that all of these other branches, all of these other positions exist as checks for checks and balances. Dr. Frank says Schedule F also completely ignores federal employees unions entirely. Absolutely. We're going to do a lot of research on Schedule F, on the consequences of appointing all these civil servants. But okay, this is where it gets crazy. So you can already see what they're doing right here. They're undermining all of these other institutions that exist to check the executive branch, right? And if you guys have anything to throw in chat, we can add that to this document. But here's where it gets crazy. The president must set and enforce a plan for the executive branch. Sadly, however, a president today assumes office to find a sprawling federal bureaucracy that all too often is carrying out its own plans and preferences, or worse yet, the policy plans and preferences of a radical, supposedly woke faction of the country. So this piece right here is incredibly important. We can summarize it a bit, but I say we just copy this. I'll go back and properly cite all this stuff later, of course. Right here. So this to me is wild. And I think we can let's just break down this first, yeah, what even is a woke faction? Like, they can't even define the word woke, first of all. Let me get you guys' chat back here. Okay. Kim said, I absolutely like that you interview MAGA at rallies. You do an awesome job. Thank you. Yeah, they cut me off a lot. We need messaging on women's health care. Absolutely, yeah. Hopefully Biden can hit on that tonight. Michael Irish, what's up? I've read through some of Project 2025. I'd say I've read through about 40% of the actual document, but remember, it is 900 pages, so the being able to read through all of it will take a lot of time, and if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it on stream with everybody so that we're all sort of getting the education at the same time. But, let's see. So how do you guys, one second. What does this mean to you guys, this this section right here? Because to me, and we can type this out, to me, by page 75, they're already laying the groundwork. Oh, can you guys hear me? You guys said, where did Adam go? Oh, you guys lost me? What the hell? Can you guys hear me still? That's really weird. Audrey said... My bad, guys. I don't know what happened. That was weird. Refresh, everybody. Refresh. My bad. People were telling me that that everything went away. No, I didn't end the stream. I think my internet cut out for a second. Okay, let's keep going with Project 2025. I was gonna ask you guys, how do you interpret this paragraph? Let me read it one more time. So, in its opening words, Article 2 of the U.S. Constitution makes it abundantly clear that the executive power shall be vested in the President of the United States. That enormous power is not vested in departments or agencies and staff or administrative bodies and non-governmental organizations or other equities and interests close to the government. The President, they also they italicize this. The president must set and enforce a plan for the executive branch. So by page 75, they're already laying the groundwork to consolidate power and strip away What's up, Michael Irish? Hell yeah, thanks for refreshing, guys. For some reason, my internet must have gone out and like the viewers dropped, but whatever. We're still live streaming for 2 hours and 42 minutes, so we are just chilling. But we're all back now, right? Bet. Yeah, they're setting up the autocracy. Absolutely. Is that how you guys are interpreting this too? You're filling your car with dabs? Hell yeah. Okay, it never dropped for some of you guys. I'm glad. I was worried for a second. Hell yeah. Cool, cool. Hell yeah. I wish I could live stream during the debate. People were telling me to go live on Instagram during it. So if you guys see me on Instagram, then yeah. Donald Trump arrives in Atlanta for presidential debate. Let's go. Well, not let's go. I hate it. But let's go. We're about to do it. It's real. It's real. I guess I could go live on Twitch. That could work. Oh, Chloe said, treat rhetoric, sociology, psychology, and source knowledge / criticism. Or teach, sorry. I misread that. Teach rhetoric, sociology, psychology, and source knowledge / criticism. I'm born and raised in Sweden. Remind my VA hubby and fam that Sweden, they fell in love Sweden that they fell in love with is based on democracy and the people's needs. Absolutely. And as far as I'm aware, Sweden has the Nordic model allows for a strong capitalist society with even stronger social safety nets at the bottom. So you can have a brutal, you can have a brutal capitalist society like in America, maybe a little bit too brutal, but as long as you have these social safety nets at the bottom, then citizens are fine. Still Alive said, who do you think Trump picks for VP? JD Vance or something. Kim said, oh, I already read this. Sorry, Kim. Thank you, Kim. But yeah, this looks like, here's a video of Donald Trump landing. Wow. People are asking why I can't go live on YouTube. CNN is being really weird and they're threatening to strike down any channels that live stream it. They like specifically sent messages saying YouTubers cannot live stream it. Who are we getting raided by? Trump 2024? Okay, never mind. Sorry, I was reading the wrong chat. My bad. Look at this chat on the screen. So everyone is basically spamming 2024. I thought this was our chat for a second. I was like, where did all these Trump supporters come from? What the hell? I was so confused. Okay. I've seen this plane take off a lot of times. I think Twitch, they're taking it down on Twitch too. So, people are saying, how am I going to watch? You can watch it on CNN. You can watch it on Fox. I wouldn't watch Fox. ABC. If you have HBO Max, yeah. Thank you, Spin. Let's see how Trump's doing, because we saw Biden walk out, and Biden was looking good today. Biden is looking incredibly nimble. He's looking great. Yeah, boo. Let's boo Trump when he comes out. Wait, I missed him coming down the stairs. Let's see. I wish he just ate shit right here. Yeah, PBS, C-SPAN. I think I'm watching on HBO Max because I watch Game of Thrones on there all the time anyways, so it's already pulled up. Here he comes. Boo. Yeah. Boo. Yikes. Who's cheering him? Tomatoes. His fucking fist pump that he always does. Everyone in chat's saying L. There he is, the convict. Is Hannibal Lecter gonna come out behind him? Look at all these. These people look like Republicans. Let's watch Biden land. Wow, we are so close to this debate. I wouldn't say I'm nervous, but it has me sweating a little bit.
Catherine Tai, welcome. Thank you, Catherine, for being here with us today.
Biden looked great when he landed. Here he is. Here he is walking out of Air Force One. Hell yeah, baby. Let's go. What's the opposite of throwing tomatoes? Like throwing our bras at him? I'm gonna throw my bra at Biden. Nah, but he looked pretty good. I think there was a different angle, but earlier he was walking. He was doing great. That is our president. Let's go.
Franklin Roosevelt came to this chamber to speak to the nation, and he said, "I address you at a moment."
Do I need to end the live stream and restart or something?
Unprecedented.
I'm just worried about it. It keeps cutting out for people.
In the history of the Union.
What color
Hitler was
bra?
on the march.
Bright pink.
War was raging in Europe. President Roosevelt's purpose was to wake up Congress and alert the American people that this was no ordinary time. Freedom and democracy were under assault in the world.
I won't end it.
Tonight, I come to this same...
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Like, obviously, Biden is going to have a really first strong 30 minutes at the State of the Union, but what really matters is how is President Biden doing an hour and 10 minutes? Okay, no, let's say an hour into the State of the Union, right? Because I feel like we see this with Donald Trump a lot. When Donald Trump speaks, about an hour in, he really starts to slur. He really starts to lose his mind after an hour. So I'm excited to see that on the debate stage. But with President Biden, you can skip an hour into the State of the Union speech, and he's still completely fine. He is still completely fine.
There's his quote.
Are the waters
Just
safe
get
from
over
sharks?
it. I say, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it.
I was so proud
I'm
of
proud
him.
we beat the NRA
I was so
when I
proud.
signed the most significant gun safety law in nearly 30 years because of this Congress. We now must beat the NRA again. I'm demanding a ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. Pass universal background checks.
Love all you guys. Love all you.
None of this. I taught the Second Amendment for 12 years. None of this violates the Second Amendment or vilifies responsible gun owners.
True.
You know, as we manage challenges at home, we're also managing crises abroad, including in the Middle East. I know the last 5 months have been gut-wrenching for so many people, for the Israeli people, for the Palestinian people, and so many here in America. This crisis began on October 7th with a massacre by a terrorist group called Hamas, as you all know. 1,200 innocent people, women and girls, men and boys, slaughtered after enduring sexual violence. The deadliest day for the Jewish people since the Holocaust. And 250 hostages taken. Here in this chamber tonight are families whose loved ones are still being held by Hamas. I pledge to all the families that we will not rest until we bring every one of your loved ones home. We also...
Jack Henry started feeling weird about putting red hearts in the text messages because we use blue hearts so much. Nah, there's no need to feel weird about it. That is funny, though. Back to this countdown. 2.5 hours. Let's go.
The program, Dr.
Let's go on MAGA Twitter for a bit. Whoops. Let's see what's going on Twitter here. Why is my homepage full of so much random stuff? Why is there a picture of Biden and Trump kissing? Okay, maybe that's not a good idea. Let's just look up debate. Why was there a picture of Biden and Trump kissing? 2024 debate game. Drink when Biden calls Trump a convicted felon. Says, listen, folks. Tells a childhood story. Okay, wait, is this a MAGA drinking game? Tells a childhood story that probably didn't happen. I don't think Biden's ever done that. I know. I had to subject you guys. I didn't expect my homepage to be full of a bunch of random. I don't even follow that person. Okay. Yeah, X is full of a ton of crazy stuff. But everyone in chat is like, ew. Yeah, Elon put that on my homepage. Drink when Biden calls Trump a convicted felon. Says we're protecting, saving democracy. Makes a joke about his age. I think that'd actually be really good optically. Starts a sentence but ends with a completely different thought. I don't think that'll happen. Drink when Trump says, everyone is saying, Sleepy Joe, the Biden crime family, believe me, insults Jake Tapper, jazz hands. This was definitely made by a MAGA person because it feels like the Biden one is a little bit disproportionately tilted, you know? Supporters are chanting 4 more years of President Biden.
Base in Marietta, Georgia, a couple of hours ago, no, just about an hour
What's
ago
up, Machine Will? Love you too.
And he made his way to downtown Atlanta. You hear the crowd there chanting 4 more years. The president soon on his way to the CNN studio for what will be a historic debate.
Historic debate. Yeah, the debate isn't for another 2.5 hours exactly. 2.5 hours on the dot, basically. And a little bit of change, a few seconds. Mark Hamill just tweeted out, keeping my expectations low for this debate, considering the highlight last time was "Will you shut up, man?" I love that clip. You guys have all seen that, right? We watched this last night.
There has been talk about whether or not you will support either ending the filibuster or packing the court.
Whatever position I take on that, that'll become the issue. The issue is the American people should speak. You should go out and vote. You're in voting now. Vote and let your senators know how strongly you feel. Vote now.
Are you gonna pack the
Make
court?
sure you, in fact, let people know
He doesn't want
you're
to answer the
senator.
question.
I'm not going to answer the question
Why
because
wouldn't you answer that
because
question?
the question
You want to put a lot
is
of
the
new
question
Supreme Court
is
justice,
the
radical
question,
left.
Will you
Who
shut
is
up,
on,
man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe?
This
Who's
is
on your
so
list?
right.
Did you guys freak out too when you heard that? I was freaking the hell out. I remember vividly. I was freaking out.
I think
We already watched this clip of Swalwell. Let's see what's going on here. MAGA loses it over game-changing announcement on Biden-Trump debate. Trump supporters are outraged that Thursday's presidential debate will be fact-checked. On Wednesday, CNN senior reporter Daniel Dale posted that he'll be live fact-checking the debate, an extension of the work he already does fact-checking things Biden and Trump said. Daniel Dale said, "Hello, old pals. It's been a delightful many months of not tweeting. Really couldn't recommend more highly, but I'll be tweeting some fact-checks during the debate. I'll also be on CNN TV post-debate, and our team will have a detailed running fact-check on the CNN site." Apparently, MAGA was mad. Stephen Miller said, CNN pledges to fact-check Trump all night, which means lie, smear, and spin for Biden. I'm not sure that's what he said at all. He literally said he's going to be fact-checking both candidates. He literally said, "I'll be fact-checking both candidates." He always says that. One user who described CNN as a communist news network asserted that CNN gave Joe Robin Biden the questions. They think that CNN gave Biden the questions and that makeup artists will be implanting a listening device on Biden to help him remember his answers. I genuinely don't even think that would help. Like, I think that would just trip Biden up more. That would trip me up if I had someone in my ear. These people are wild. Someone said, "Lol, CNN, a communist news network, had zero intention to be fair. I'm sure they gave Joe Robin Biden," what a terrible nickname, "all the questions this past week to memorize answers for and work in makeup artists to highly implant a listening device since he'd fail at memorization." This person is peak conspiracy theorist. Peak conspiracy theorist. CNN and fact checker. That is an oxymoron. So you lie on the lie your network tells. What's it called when the people doing the fact-checking are controlled by the same people doing the lying? You know, this person thought they cooked with this meme. They thought this was like, they probably sent this in their family group chat, like, "Oh, this is such a fire meme." It's a charming fable, but pretty far outside the bounds of reality. Debate questions tend to focus on each campaign's platform, recent new items, and public statements. In addition, there's no indication from Dale's post that CNN will be interrupting the debate to provide the fact checks or altering on-screen information to publicize a fact check, just that one of the best fact checkers in the business will be posting fact checks as the debate happens. Trump has a track record of lying prolifically, but that doesn't mean Biden never gets fact checked on CNN, or that doing the heavy lifting of catching all of Trump's lies in real time is a bias for Biden. Yeah, just because Trump lies disproportionately doesn't mean, yo, what's up? Everyone said, yo. Am I still here? Why is everyone saying yo? Yo. Oh, is it just one person spamming yo? Okay, my bad. I just glanced over. What's up, Sean? I see you. I see you, Sean. The latest outrage over live fact-checking. Sorry, I didn't know why this person. What's up, Brandon Clark? I subscribe to you. I'm always voting in your polls. I like the polls that you do, Brandon Clark. What's up, everyone? Sorry, I was just double checking. People earlier were cutting out, so I was just nervous. Someone said, "When does the debate start?" Well, lucky for you, we have a countdown. 2 hours, 26 minutes. Let's go, baby. I guess we can watch a little bit of this because this was wild. This was really wild. Do you think Donald Trump, when he was convicted on all 34 counts, what did you think about that? Because I was.
Doesn't mean, Matt, and none of those 34 counts is worthless. You got a worthless case.
Notice what he said there. None of those 34 counts are worthless. Obviously, he misspoke. So what did you think about that? Because I was.
Doesn't mean, Matt, and none of those 34 counts is worthless. You got a worthless case. You got a case from the FEC.
Why is it worthless?
It's worthless because there was no crime that was committed.
Falsifying business records with the intent of covering up another crime. See, that's their new talking point. Their new talking point is that there was no crime that was committed. They always say that Judge Merchan didn't even know the crime. They didn't even point out a crime, so I lay out the crime perfectly for him right here.
You got a case from the FEC.
Why is it worthless?
It's worthless because there was no crime that was committed.
Falsifying business records with the intent of covering up another crime. Watch how triggered he gets right away. It takes him literally, we're 15 seconds in, he's already about to get incredibly triggered. He's gonna, that's what you say. Michael Cohen went.
That's what they said. That's what you say.
That's what the jury said. The jury handpicked by Donald Trump's lawyers. You know right here, he was not ready to hear about the jury. What is the response to that? When you say that a jury of your peers convicted you, there's no response that can get you out of that.
That's what they
said. Watch how worked up he gets.
That's
right
what
here.
you say.
That's what the jury said. The jury handpicked by Donald Trump's lawyers. Oh my God, he gets right here. He goes,
you know exactly what you're all about right now. You're not an independent journalist. You're nothing but a Trump hater, and you're out here trying to get everybody.
Nothing but a Trump hater because I said that he was convicted by a jury of his peers. Yeah. Nothing but a Trump hater. And he's the non-biased journalist, guys. He's the one that has no bias or whatsoever, remember. This guy who's dating Marjorie Taylor Greene and works for Real America's Voice.
To be tripped up. Let me ask you a question.
Then he does exactly what Mike Lindell did. Notice how, I just want to point out this parallel. I pointed this out yesterday, but here's us right now, hell yeah. He does the exact same thing that Mike Lindell does. He goes, you're not an independent journalist. Then he turns to the crowd and tries to incite them. Literally the exact same thing.
No, that's a lie you just told.
Why?
No judge in the United States looked at any of the evidence based on merit. All the cases were thrown out on
33 of them were shot down due to evidentiary reasons. The standing cases were people were looking for crazy remedies like flipping states entirely.
No, that's not true. I've got millions of dollars in this. All the cases that were brought.
That's not a flex. That is not the flex he thinks it is.
No judge looked at the evidence based on merit. They were kicked out on standing, and they kicked the can down the road. An Obama-appointed judge went to court on January. He's the one that said the most secure election in history. He got elected. Is there going to be corruption in it?
So after the election, standing cases were people were looking for crazy remedies like flipping states entirely.
No, that's not for 3 years. Gibson, did any of the judge looked at the evidence based on merit?
I can't remember, but he goes, you're not an independent journalist, and he tries to rile the crowd up. Exactly what Brian Glenn did.
Nothing but a Trump hater, and you're out here trying to get everybody to be tripped up. Let me ask you a question. Who thinks these 34 indictments are worth a piece of crap?
You know what is
this clown, this absolute clown.
They're all worthless. You know that. You know that. You know.
Okay. I guess I'll point out my mistakes during this, if you want to call them mistakes. So we invested our money to be out at this Trump rally. Usually the goal is to film some interviews so that we don't lose money. And this dude, Forgiato Blow, keeps stepping in front of our camera. So the first time, let's see if I can pause it.
They're all worthless. You know that.
I lightly touch him right here. You can see, this is like the lightest touch ever. If you're gonna be a rapper, and I can't touch you like this, then you should not be a rapper. Okay, that was the first time. He gets in the way.
You know that. You know that.
I just want to see if you guys think I'm justified. Because some people were saying that I like, people in my comments were saying, "Oh, you assaulted him" or whatever. Maybe they were mad.
Are worthless.
You're saying that our entire. Wait, let me finish.
It comes down to one question. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have Joe Biden in the White House for another 4 years?
Absolutely. Okay. President Biden's been
interview over.
Again, he steps in front of our camera, so I had to cut to someone else. That was live.
I don't want to talk to anybody that has any. You have zero common sense.
You're undermining our entire justice system when you say this jury.
Your ability to elect the next president that's competent.
I'm sorry, I don't want the dude that made his supporters attack the Capitol. Okay, so right when I mentioned January 6th, well, yeah, I didn't assault him. I don't want the dude that. So right when I mentioned January 6th, he gets in front of our camera and starts chanting Trump, the Capitol. I don't want the dude. And we're lucky that this didn't get too picked up by the mic because this could have ruined the interaction.
Supporters attack the Capitol.
His rhetoric directly.
He said peacefully walk to the Capitol.
And then right here, I put 3 fingers on him after he gets in front of the camera multiple times, and then I push him a little bit. He said fight. He said yeah, like maybe I shouldn't touch people like that, but yeah, I literally extended my arm because he's getting in our personal space and yelling stuff.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me, my dog.
Dude,
don't touch me.
And I wasn't even as scared of Forgiato Forgiato Blow, he was just recording this being all performative, but this dude right here was staring me the whole time. Yeah, it's probably better not to touch, but like if any touch is justified, it was that. Absolutely. Yeah, I was mostly peaceful. I was there peacefully, like the January 6thers. Nah, it's no big deal. This is the dude that was pretty, not intimidating, but he didn't say a single word, and he kept getting in my face and like standing behind me. This is the dude I was kind of worried about was just gonna randomly sock me.
Me out here. I'm just telling you that. Yeah, I got a question. Don't touch me, my boy. Don't do that. If you worry about
and then of course Brian Glenn is now brave enough to pile on. He couldn't talk to me one-on-one, but and then Forgiato Blow's like recording me. He's got like a phone in my face right here. Like I don't even know what he did with this footage. I noticed that there's a phone in my face, so I just like I throw up a peace sign right there. I thought that was kind of funny. I'm just like, why are you putting a phone in my face?
You worried about 34, you don't worry about 34.
Very good point, Melanie. Don't walk into people. Literally, he was backing me up. Backing up as me.
Don't follow that rally. Don't bring that bullshit over here. Don't bring that bullshit over here.
I didn't mean to rile you up. I'm sorry.
Were you rile me up? This is what we do out here.
Okay. I was just trying to diffuse right here because he wanted to talk to me then, and I didn't want him to come in super heated. So I was like, I didn't mean to rile you up.
One thing in America, you can have free speech. You can hate Trump. I can hate
Biden. It's okay.
Oh, then he comes back for more. Why is he, bro? I got in his head so bad. He comes back for more.
One thing in America, you can have free speech. You can hate Trump.
I can hate Biden. It's okay if you vote for Biden.
Oh, we're gonna vote for Biden, buddy. Trust me.
He's gonna win. I'm sorry. Well, if he cheats, he's gonna win, and we all know that.
If he cheats, he lost 60 court.
Losing 60 court.
I got a question. My question.
And this guy, look at this guy. He's like, I got a question, man. And I just
losing 60 court.
I got a question. My question is, do you think he's gonna win legitimately, though?
Yes.
My question is, then boom. So why does Joe Biden never have any support? He can't throw a rally. They're not.
Joe Biden got the most votes. This is the worst argument. This is the worst argument. If rally size was predictive of the outcome of an election, then Bernie Sanders would have sweeped Joe Biden in what's it called? In 2020. He would have sweeped Joe Biden, but Bernie Sanders had massive crowds. Yeah, and plus, Forgiato Blow touches me here.
Do you think he's going to win legitimately, though?
Yes. I can't remember exactly when, but he touches me. And I'm not going to freak out on him. I don't care if you put your hand on me. I don't care.
My question is, then boom.
Like, friendly. There's a difference between being friendly and...
Why does Joe Biden never have any support? He can't throw a rally. They're not...
Joe Biden got the most votes. Guys, come on. He got the most votes out of any president in American history.
He got more votes than the first black president.
Can you move over? Sorry.
You think he got more votes than the first... I mean, the first black president? You don't think COVID got him those votes?
What's up, Ellen? 2020...
You don't think mail-in ballots is the host?
Can we agree that 2020 was a unique... I hate this argument, too. Like, he's like, do you really think that Biden got more votes than Obama? Absolutely. 2020 was incredibly heated, incredibly uniquely heated. And 2008 wasn't. 2008 was pretty chill. So yeah, everybody was divided political time where everybody wanted to go out and vote compared to 2008.
Fraud, though.
Can you go? But Donald Trump brought...
No, I'm agree with you on one thing. Hold on, my brother. I'm agree with you on one thing. In 2016, Donald Trump was the president, right? He won. Nobody thought it was going to happen.
Can you move over a little bit?
He came over. He's good. You go, Lou. He came over and he won.
You're not good. You're in her camera shot.
My only question is this. They had the narrative come back in 2020 that Donald Trump was racist. It worked. It worked. It made a lot of people that...
I don't even know. This guy has such a surface level engagement with politics. This is genuinely the political analysis of like a 13-year-old, maybe even like a 10-year-old. Yeah, I don't know. Like people ask why this stuff doesn't really scare me. Maybe I should knock on wood because eventually it could go wrong. But like being in a crowd full of people who are just dumb political people doesn't really like worry me as much as it should. It's just like, I don't know. I've got a baby face too, so it's like.
I will truck with Chris Krebs.
Yeah, grown man crying. Literally, multiple grown men absolutely crying. These people are babies. They can't engage. And then I already went over this with you guys, but I think this would be funny to talk about. I gave a comment for Newsweek. And I called out Brian Glenn. It says, Mockler told Newsweek via social media direct message on Monday, when a top MAGA reporter can't answer straightforward questions from a 21-year-old college student, it speaks volumes about the movement's credibility. Brian Glenn is welcome on my show anytime to explain his positions and defend the indefensible. So I tagged him on that. I tagged him. I really want Brian Glenn to come on my show. That would be so funny. Yeah, it does help to be young. I've got a little bit of a baby face. I can be a little bit be more affable. And I like basically we disarm them a lot of times before the debate. So a lot of times, if you guys see me talking to a MAGA person and it's very friendly, usually we've had a conversation off camera for a few minutes and I basically get them to like me. Like you just chat about them. You ask them, how far was your drive? You ask them like, oh, have you been to any MAGA rallies before? Is that your kid with you? You just have like a normal chat and then they're like, okay, I'm not going to beat up this little kid that's asking me questions. So it's about basically just showing them that you're just a normal human. As opposed to a not normal human. Oh, they have a countdown too. Hey, they stole this countdown. See, they literally just stole this countdown from us. Are they watching the stream? Your popcorn is ready. Someone said, Lori said your edible is ready. Hell yeah. Earlier we were talking about it. You guys are all, half of the people in chat were having some wine. Half of the people in chat were, yeah, we softened them up a little bit. That's definitely fair to say. Half of the people were having wine. Half of the people were packing a bowl. No, I didn't tell Mike Lindell I liked his pillows off camera. Actually, I didn't really talk to Mike Lindell much. All I said is I have a YouTube channel that's independent, and I want to talk to you. And then I kind of acted like, there was a really interesting approach I took here. Not that I'm going to call it interesting. I just mean like after the fact, it's really funny how I kind of like snaked my way in. So if you listen to my first question, I'm asking it like I'm on his side. I kind of do like bait him. I kind of
see me getting attacked by a journalist out there. Well, you guys, and I thank you for all trying to get involved there, but this is how we get the word out.
How are you doing today, Mr. Lindell? How's the My Pillow business going? This is literally like the only conversation we had before. See, that's kind of an example. I just asked him, how's your My Pillow business going? And I think that's really, thank you, Weldon. I think that's like, okay, right there. See, I show interest in something. I disarm him a little bit.
It's been tough because we've been the most attacked company in history.
The most attacked company in history. Listen, we're 1 minute into the debate, and he's already said that he got attacked by a journalist. He then says, My Pillow is the most attacked company in history. Yeah, people are attacking My Pillow.
I call it the Uniparty.
Sorry, let me go back.
Tough because we've been the most attacked company in history.
I want to ask you, how are you going to prevent the Democrats from stealing this upcoming election in the same way they stole the last one? See, that's the question right there. How are you going to prevent the Democrats from stealing this election? That's a bait question right there. I will totally admit. I baited him into this
history.
I want to ask you, how are you going to prevent the Democrats from stealing this upcoming election in the same way they stole the last one?
Well, it's I call it the Uniparty. That stole the last election. The Democrats wanted these voting machines gone for 2 decades. I've been fighting for 3 years to get paper ballots hand counted.
The Democrats have been wanting these voting machines gone for 2 decades? Where does that come from? Didn't Democrats complain in like 2000 or something about voting machines? And he thinks that, because it truly was. See, he also just lies a lot during this. He lies a lot during this whole thing. So he says, Christopher Krebs said that this election was essentially, hell yeah. I love everyone that's in the chat. So here it is. Christopher Krebs, it's Krebs, not Krebs, defended election integrity and Trump fired him. Mike Lindell claims that CISA fired him, which is a lie. He then claims that Christopher Krebs said the election was stolen, which is a lie. He defends election integrity. He said that this was one of the most safe and secure elections. So this guy is just a liar. He's on steroids. He used to do crack or meth or whatever. Now
we have over 250 counties now.
I'm not surprised he's lying, but oh, what did I say?
That have committed.
Did I mix up Bush? Whoops.
To paper ballots in the 2024 election. Is there going to be corruption in it? Absolutely, but we can only pray that our real president gets enough votes to override all the stuff, so to speak.
Can I ask you about something that worries me personally? So after the election, Donald Trump brought these 62 cases to different courts, and all of them were shot down, mostly due to evidentiary reasons. So why was that?
No, that's a lie you just told.
Why?
No judge in the United States looked at any of the evidence based on merit.
That is such a lie. That is, it actually enrages me. That is such a lie. Horn Swoggled said go live every day. I've actually been considering it. If I went live every day, would a lot of you guys join for at least a little bit every day? It's kind of fun. I feel like it gives me more of an opportunity to be conversational and to kind of chat with you guys and like have more personality, because sometimes in my scripted videos, oh, sorry about the ads, but sometimes in my scripted videos, it's kind of just too like, yeah, scripted. I'm kind of just going off the breaking news stuff, but hell yeah, I can start doing live streams every day. Hell yeah. You guys are awesome. Anthony, Lori, Toro, Midas, Robin, hell yeah. He doesn't take his cereals enough. We're totally going to be doing more live streams. Also because, like, how I've had it described to me is this debate is basically like the starting gun. Is that how you say it? Like the gunshot that will start the election race for a lot of the general population. So I think it'll be a good idea for me to do more live streams. This is a really interesting document right here. It's called Lost, Not Stolen. This is also something we should go over on stream. Actually, let me create a whole new note document. Oops. A whole new note document called Lost, Not Stolen. And it's called The Conservative Case That Trump Lost and Biden Won the 2020 Election. I've sourced this a lot in my debates. This is really interesting. A bunch of conservative judges, conservative lawyers went through and they debunked all of the election fraud stuff. Phoenix Dragon, if I ever met you in person, I have to pinch your cheeks. Maybe. Maybe I'll let you. I don't know if I'm going to let you pinch my cheeks. We can shake hands. I'll hug you. You could even zoom in with other people like Luke Beasley. Yeah, I could add in Luke Beasley, Harry Sisson. I'm friends with everyone. It's a really tight circle, so we're all friends. Northwest Indiana here. Cedar Lake voting blue. Hell yeah, Patrick Neal. I'm from Northwest Indiana too. I grew up in Valparaiso. That's all I'm gonna say. I grew up near Valparaiso, and you know Northwest Indiana went, or you know Indiana went blue for Obama because of Northwest Indiana, which is really interesting. Thank you guys. You guys are saying you like my live streams and stuff. That means more than you know. Yeah. Hopefully this is a calming, chill stream. Nice. Luke Beasley used to go live every day. I think that'd be fun. What's up, Brandon Clark? What part of Indiana? DM me on Instagram or something, Brandon Clark. We can chat. I won't open it till way later, but... Yes, sir. I'm a Hoosier. I moved to Chicago, so I don't live in Valparaiso anymore. Yeah, Tennessee Brando and I will be doing a show together. So this is really interesting. They go through and they debunk everything. They debunk, oh shit, what just happened? They debunk claims about Dominion, claims that ballots were not properly counted, claims of unsolicited mail-in ballots. Will I ever do a collab with David Pakman? Yeah, David Pakman and I used to, he covered a few of my videos when I first started. Love my approach, thank you. I also will start a Discord soon, I promise, I promise. Let's see what's going on here. I read through a lot of this. It's only 72 pages, which really isn't that bad. Compared to Project 2025, which is 920 pages, Jesus. They have to have done that because they don't want people reading through it, right? I'll make a Discord, absolutely. I got you guys. I've been putting that off because, So this is what it says. We are political conservatives who have spent most of our adult lives working to support the Constitution and the conservative principles upon which it is based. Limited government, liberty, equality of opportunity, freedom of religion, a strong national defense, and the rule of law. See, like, old conservatives are basically just like liberals at this point. Other than like the limited government piece, but like liberty, equality of opportunity, freedom of religion, strong national defense, rule of law. I like all of these things. These are all good things. So these are cool, These are cool conservatives. Like, I miss this conservative party. These are people that actually care about our elections. I never thought, like, it would get to the point where you almost miss the old, like, Mitt Romney, almost Bush, maybe not Bush, but, like, the old Republican Party. Man, we are so close to this debate. Let's see. 2 hours and 7 minutes. Yeah, I'm a part of MeidasTouch. I'd say I'm kind of close to the stereotypical Midwesterner, sort of close. The reason why I think I'm okay, I can engage in politics with people that disagree with me so much, the reason why these MAGA supporters warm up to me pretty quickly is because I grew up in Indiana, like I said, and I spent a lot of time talking politics with Republicans growing up. Like, everyone around me in school was a Republican. All my friends' parents were Republicans. So it's like when I have all these conversations over and over, you kind of know how to, like, navigate them. Someone said, would you ever consider running for president? No, probably not. I don't think that's gonna happen. It'd have to be a while. I just don't think. Nah. Also, like, politics will look so different, and how long will it be? What do you have to be 35? So 14 years from now. Kinzinger, yeah, the Kinzinger Republicans. If you guys didn't see my Adam Kinzinger interview, I'm just watching a bunch of my content, but no, for real, this Kinzinger interview was great. This is one of my favorite pieces of work that I've done. Really, really proud of this Kinzinger interview. We can watch a few minutes of it just to like.
They're with Trump.
Russia is with us. I am joined today by former Representative Adam Kinzinger, who made the entire country proud by serving as one of the 2 Republicans on the January 6th committee. How are you doing today, Adam?
I'm good, and there should have been more than 2. I mean, to this day, I still am like, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, why were there only 2 of us? But yeah, thanks for the introduction. Nice to see you. I'm good.
There were supposed to be more at one point, right? But then...
Yeah, I mean, look, it was, there were people initially that...
Yeah, I'm only 21, so even if I were to run for Congress or something, it would be a few years out. But, like, my thought process is this. Anytime I see a content creator, someone that is, like just a YouTuber or someone that's popular on Twitter, and they try to run for office, it does not translate well. I can think of so many stories where some political content creator thinks that they can just get into office, and it does not work that easily. So the only way I would be able to run for office is if I start laying the groundwork now. If I find a district that I could win in, and maybe Illinois, I move to that district and I meet all of the people that I need to meet in the political sphere. I can't just like run based off social media. So I'd have to start. Yeah, I don't think running would be a good idea for Congress or anything. You have to be like 29. I just think that my skills are better used in communications and social media. And yeah, Adam Kinzinger needs to be reelected. Yeah, he's a good-looking dude. You guys are pointing that on chat, but I do think Adam Kinzinger
voted for this like bipartisan
I'm straight too.
Thing, and then it only ended up being Liz and I to vote when it was Nancy Pelosi put the committee together because she had no other option because everything else was being stymied. But I mean, yeah, look at the people that, voted to impeach that lost their congressional seats. Like, why didn't they join? But yeah, obviously, McCarthy had put his members up and then, 2 were rejected rightly. And so it's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still blown away every day that we're here where we are.
Yeah, so let's jump into January 6th real quick. I go to a lot of these rallies, and I talk to Trump supporters, and January 6th, Ukraine, just topics revolving around democracy. Those are always what I like to hammer home when I'm talking to MAGA supporters. And they can never connect the dots between Donald Trump's rhetoric and the attack on the Capitol. And what I always say is you can draw a direct line between Donald... Yeah, how is everyone in chat from Northwest Indiana? No, I'm not gay, guys. You guys are asking me in chat. I wouldn't care if I know you guys wouldn't care if I was. Trump's rhetoric leading up to the election. I would tell you guys if I was. Even on January 6th, you can draw a direct line from that, him saying all of our institutions are rigged. I get asked that a lot, though. Why do people ask me if I'm straight or gay a lot? He is against you, to his supporters walking from the ellipse to the Capitol, chanting stuff like "Hang Mike Pence," 1776. And nobody gets it. It doesn't bother me, chat. Nobody can connect that line. So what would be your, let's say, pitch to a Trump supporter if you were talking to them one-on-one to convince them that January 6th was a function of Donald Trump's rhetoric?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's 2 big things. So let's take the direct line. The direct line, everything you mentioned, and I would add to that, we can actually, and we showed this in one of our hearings, and I guess, there's always things that I wish we could go back.
Is gay face a thing? If gay face is a thing, I must have it, because I get a lot of DMs like that.
Back and show twice, right, in the same hearing. One of those...
Hell yeah, Phoenix Dragon, a gay veteran. Respect. Thank you for your service.
Was that when he tweeted, Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what needed to be done. When he made that tweet, you can directly correlate the timestamp of that tweet.
Dude, he taught me... So this is actually a talking point that I used at my last rally. If I can find the clip, I will, but I use this exact rally about the acceleration of violence. This exact line. Actually, let's see if we can watch some of my rally stuff that's unreleased. That'll be fun. This is going to be a good conversation, I think.
Right.
We'll go back to the Adam Kinzinger. Sorry, we're jumping around a lot. We're just chilling though. 1K viewers, let's go. I love everybody who's in here. You guys are the best. You guys are literally the best. Let me see if I can show you guys this. All right, I'm downloading this file so we can watch it. One of my debates from the last rally in Philadelphia. It's a really good one. It's a really good one. Or I guess I can just, yeah, I guess I can just drag it over here.
There you
The audio might be really fucked up though.
The oil supply, because of the fact that oil is so expensive and gas is so expensive.
The audio is really fucked up right now.
Because Biden's going to trip and fumble anyway. And so if you unmuted the mics and you could basically say that Biden is fumbling because Trump is cutting him off. But if you mute the mics and Trump isn't talking and Biden just fumbles because he's Joe Biden, that looks a lot worse because what else are you going to put it on?
I just remember the first debate back in 2020, there was so much crosstalk. It was almost incoherent at points.
It was embarrassing.
Yeah. And see, this is a Trump supporter, and I think he's saying, he was basically telling me before that he's not like a hardcore Trump supporter. Yeah, it was pretty insane. And then I think the next...
For decades now. And the fact that we're changing the rules, make it easier for
See, okay,
for
this
decades
is the
now.
point. He's saying that...
My biggest issue...
Okay, listen to this. He doesn't have dementia.
This is exactly my biggest issue with all the whole...
I feel like, do you ever get the feeling that people are setting the expectations so low for Biden that all he has to do is walk on stage and do fine, and people will be like, oh, maybe he doesn't have dementia?
This is exactly my biggest issue with all the whole debate format. We've had 3 debates going on for decades now, and the fact that we're changing the rules, make it easier for Biden because he has diminished capabilities as a debater, as a president, as a public official, is really, it's damaging to the American tradition. It's making a mockery of the institution.
Well, and to be fair, didn't Trump refuse to participate in the Republican primary debates, which also broke a similar precedent as President Biden saying? Yeah, so this guy is saying that he's saying that Biden changed the rules and broke precedent. But number one, Donald Trump dropped out of a debate back in 2020, and like I point out here, Donald Trump refused to take part in the primary debates, right? Oh no, it ended again?